Toyota here in the U.S. because we're at the headquarters in Plano, Texas, where they're unveiling a slew of new vehicles that will go into production and on sale later this year, early next year, including the new RAV4. When you look at Toyota's footprint in the United States,
if you're thinking about buying a car, you may already be behind. A major announcement just broke Tesla's dominance wide open. Prices just dropped, expectations just changed, and the moment Elon heard about it, you could see the panic set in. So what does this mean for your car's value, your next loan, or even your job in the auto economy? Because this wasn't just disruption, it was a declaration, and now you're caught in the crossfire. Elon Musk blindsided on live camera. Elon Musk didn't just find out about Toyota's new electric vehicle the way the rest of the world did. He found out with the rest of the world. During a live-streamed question and answer at a tech conference in Austin, a reporter mentioned that Toyota had just unveiled a fully electric Corolla for less than $30,000. Musk smirked and tried to joke it off, but you could see it in his eyes. The moment the words landed, something shifted. He looked off camera, paused, and asked, "Wait, fully electric?" A Tesla aide passed him a phone. Musk glanced at the screen, and in that instant, everything about his body language changed. The new Toyota Corolla EV wasn't just cheaper. It wasn't just electric. It was good. A full-size sedan with over 200 miles of range, a 14-inch touchscreen, and enough interior luxury to rival cars twice its price. It didn't look like a disruptor, but it was. All of it branded with Toyota's name, the most trusted automaker in the world. It was the kind of product that didn't ask for attention, it demanded respect. In that single moment, the EV market shifted beneath Musk's feet. Suddenly, Tesla's grip on the future of electric vehicles didn't look unshakable anymore. As the clip of Musk's reaction went viral, racking up millions of views, the auto industry watched in silence. But the people inside Tesla, they were already bracing for impact. If this caught you off guard, even a little, hit like so more people wake up to what's happening. And drop a comment. Is Toyota saving the EV future or hijacking it? Toyota's weaponized affordability. Toyota didn't stumble into this moment. It planned for it. While other automakers raced toward flashy designs and unsustainable price tags, Toyota sat back and studied. Then it struck, quietly, efficiently, and with precision. The Corolla EV was never just a new model. It was about launching an era. To do that, Toyota had to build a car that was electric, accessible, desirable, and ruthlessly inexpensive to make. It started with battery chemistry. Toyota abandoned traditional lithium-ion packs for lithium iron phosphate, LFP. These batteries are safer and cheaper to produce. While LFP may not win on paper, it wins where it matters: cost, durability, and efficiency. Toyota was betting that drivers don't care about bragging rights. They care about dependability. Next came the partnership. Toyota joined forces with GAC, one of China's most efficient EV manufacturers. This wasn't just outsourcing, it was infiltration. It allowed Toyota to tap into a production system optimized over decades for scale and speed. No flashy press releases, just relentless refinement of cost structures and supply chains. Every bolt, every weld, every circuit was fine-tuned for volume without sacrificing reliability. And finally, there was Toyota's ace, its global production machine. For decades, Toyota has led the world in lean manufacturing. Now it turned that muscle toward electric vehicles. The result wasn't just a cheap EV, it was a battlefield weapon. It wasn't just an engineering triumph, it was a declaration of war. What Elon Musk said behind closed doors. The moment Musk walked off stage, he didn't head to his car. He went straight to a call with Tesla's executive team. What followed, according to a source inside the company, was a meltdown. "This is a disaster," Musk said. "They went nuclear." Executives tried to calm him, citing Tesla's software and charging network, but Musk wasn't having it. "That doesn't matter," he snapped. "This changes everything." And he wasn't wrong. Tesla had built its brand on performance, innovation, and premium allure. But Toyota's electric Corolla didn't just match Tesla's features, it redefined what affordable could look and feel like. For the first time, families could walk into a dealership, test drive an EV, and drive away without compromising. That wasn't competition. That was existential. It was the kind of product that could break customer loyalty in a single test drive. Inside Tesla, meetings turned into daily war rooms. Price drops were debated. Teams were told to model rapid cost reduction scenarios. Entire design timelines were suddenly up for renegotiation, and whispers of product delays began to circulate. Engineers were reassigned, budget forecasts were thrown out, and the pressure ratcheted up by the hour. Tesla was facing something new, a mass-market electric vehicle that threatened its foundation. Musk had always lived for disruption, but this time, he wasn't the one delivering it. He was on the receiving end. Tesla Model Y. paused and powerless. The Model Y was supposed to be Tesla's ace, the crossover that dominated cities and driveways alike. But 2 days after Toyota's announcement, Tesla paused Model Y production in Shanghai. Officially, it was a routine line refresh, but insiders told a different story. Demand was down significantly. Chinese consumers had pulled back. The reason was clear. Toyota's new Corolla EV offered nearly the same range and features at half the cost. For many, the math didn't add up. Why pay $60,000 when you could get a feature-rich Toyota for under $30,000? Internally, Tesla knew this wasn't temporary. It was a shift in buyer psychology. Even in markets outside China, pre-orders were slowing. Trade-in inquiries were changing. More people asked what their used Teslas were worth. Web traffic dipped, and showroom interest lagged behind expectations. Meanwhile, Toyota was gaining momentum. Dealerships in Asia and Europe reported a surge in interest. Waitlists formed. Buzz turned into action. Executives in Tokyo didn't gloat. They scaled, quietly, aggressively. While Tesla scrambled to explain its pause, Toyota was already restocking. Tesla's lead was slipping, not because it stopped innovating, but because someone else democratized innovation faster and more ruthlessly. Tesla's profit margin bloodbath. For over a decade, Tesla's biggest advantage was not just its technology, it was its margin. While legacy automakers struggled to profit from electric vehicles, Tesla consistently earned thousands per unit thanks to vertical integration and premium pricing. Investors loved it. Wall Street rewarded it. The company became a symbol of EV success, but Toyota's move just changed the equation. The Corolla EV's price, less than $30,000, smashed through Tesla's model like a wrecking ball. Tesla cannot slash prices to compete without gutting its margin. A Model Y costs over $36,000 to build. Even with cost savings, Tesla is nowhere near Toyota's efficiency. Its gigafactories lack the scale and outsourced networks Toyota has spent decades refining. And Toyota's playbook? It was never just about volume, it was about systematic dominance, turning every bolt into a cost-saving algorithm. And those algorithms are now rewriting Tesla's reality faster than it can react. That leaves Tesla cornered. Hold prices and lose share, or drop them and bleed profits. Analysts are already pressing. Musk dodged specifics in the last earnings call, but the silence was telling. Tesla's once defensive moat is now flooding, and this time, there's no easy fix. But this wasn't just about numbers. It was about meaning, and that battle had already turned. The myth of premium EVs just died. Tesla wasn't just selling cars, it was selling status. A Tesla in the driveway meant owning a piece of the future. Sleek lines, silent acceleration. It felt exclusive, and that image carried a premium. But Toyota shattered that illusion. With the Corolla EV, electric cars are no longer luxuries. They're now logical, accessible, and mainstream. The Corolla doesn't try to look futuristic. It looks practical, trustworthy. It doesn't scream innovation. It delivers it on the spec sheet and at the bank. This is a cultural shift. Tesla's exclusivity now looks like a liability. Consumers are asking, which EV fits my life, not which one makes me look rich. That shift is deep, and it's accelerating. Value-conscious buyers are taking a second look, not just because of price, but because of identity. They're asking, who are EVs really for? And what they're discovering is sobering. Brand no longer beats logic. The age of flashy ownership is being replaced by smart ownership. Online sentiment is already turning. TikToks, Reddit threads. Buyers comparing specs and calling Toyota the smart move. It's no longer just about dollars. It's about dignity. And Tesla isn't the only name anymore. But many assumed Toyota's price came with compromise. That assumption didn't last. Side-by-side comparisons show that in range, comfort, safety tech, and long-term reliability, Toyota isn't just catching up. It's quietly overtaking. For the first time in years, Tesla feels vulnerable in its own category. Toyota's tech isn't just cheaper, it's smarter. Toyota didn't just cut costs. It redefined smart EV design. While Tesla focused on minimalism, Toyota focused on comfort and familiarity, and it worked. The real shift? Toyota's use of lithium iron phosphate batteries. Less energy dense, yes, but safer. More durable and cheaper. They degrade slower, meaning fewer battery issues over time. For commuters, that reliability matters more than 50 extra miles, and Toyota knows how to turn that reliability into loyalty, one car at a time. Then there's the interior. A 14-inch touchscreen, an 8-inch driver display, rear seat air vents, ambient lighting, wireless charging, and all standard. Drivers don't just see specs, they feel the difference when they sit behind the wheel. The car doesn't feel budget conscious, it feels thoughtfully engineered. Toyota Toyota didn't try to out-Tesla Tesla. They skipped the contest. They gave drivers tech that improves daily life. No gimmicks, no excess. And that decision, the rejection of flash in favor of function, is now reshaping buyer expectations. The result is a car that feels premium but not elite, smart, not smug, and for drivers ready to switch, it's not a hard sell. But Tesla still had one edge, its superchargers, until recently. Charging advantage? Gone. Tesla's supercharger network was once its ace. Fast, reliable, exclusive, a private refueling ecosystem that made Tesla feel like a club. But exclusivity is fading, and fast. In the past year, automakers have moved toward a universal standard. Companies like Toyota are joining alliances, adopting North American charging standard plugs. US and European governments are pushing hard for interoperability. That pressure isn't slowing, it's accelerating, and it's backed by billions in public funding. That means Tesla's network advantage is slipping. What was once proprietary is now standard. Toyota, with its global footprint and dealership networks, is positioned to benefit. Charging partnerships and local infrastructure mean Corolla EV owners won't be stranded. They'll plug in and go, just like Tesla owners did years ago. Soon, convenience won't be a competitive edge. It'll be an expectation, and that shift levels the playing field. Tesla's closed-loop system, once a selling point, now feels restrictive. As fast chargers appear in grocery store lots, rest stops, and urban neighborhoods, buyers are starting to realize something. They no longer need to buy a Tesla just to avoid hassle. The myth of charging anxiety is crumbling. Without that fear, Tesla's final moat, the plug, starts to dissolve. Buyers don't need to join a club anymore. They just need a charger. But even this shift is just one front in a larger war. BYD joins the fight. While the spotlight was fixed on Tesla and Toyota, another force was quietly overtaking them both. Build Your Dreams, better known as BYD, has been executing a masterstroke in the global electric vehicle race. Based in Shenzhen, BYD began as a battery maker, but has transformed into one of the world's most formidable EV manufacturers. In the last fiscal year, BYD did the unthinkable. It passed Tesla in total EV sales. While Musk made headlines, BYD made deliveries without the noise. Unlike Tesla's high-margin model, BYD's strategy was always volume first. It focused on affordable, practical EVs for the masses, especially in emerging markets. That gave it a foothold in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and parts of Europe long before Tesla could establish supply lines. Its playbook was simple but ruthless. Skip hype, dominate supply chains, and flood underserved markets with reliable vehicles. Now, BYD is leveraging that scale to form an unofficial alliance with Toyota, sharing battery research and overlapping supply chains around lithium iron phosphate technologies. Toyota brings global trust, BYD brings production speed and price control. This creates a nightmare scenario for Tesla. A Japanese giant and a Chinese EV powerhouse are now operating in tandem. The industry has never seen anything like it. A two-front war that hits Tesla's margins and strategy at once. And while corporate giants clash for dominance, another conflict is brewing closer to home because the people building the cars are not staying silent. Unions, jobs, and broken promises. In factories across the Midwest, the mood has shifted from uncertain to angry. At first, Toyota's low-cost EV drew curiosity, but when workers learned it would be built largely in China, not the United States, that curiosity turned to outrage. For years, automakers promised that the electric revolution would bring jobs. Now, those promises look broken, and workers feel betrayed. At a recent union town hall in Flint, Michigan, a retired assembly line worker said what everyone was thinking. If the future of cars doesn't include American workers, then what kind of future is that? The room erupted in applause. Across Detroit, Toledo, and Pittsburgh, similar meetings are happening. United Auto Workers representatives are calling for emergency negotiations. Some have even threatened strikes unless federal policies change to incentivize domestic EV production. Anger is turning into action. This backlash isn't just economic, it's cultural. American manufacturing pride runs deep. Workers aren't just demanding jobs, they're demanding dignity. Tesla, ironically, has never had strong union support. But the backlash against Toyota's offshore production is now hurting Elon Musk too. As pressure mounts to reshore manufacturing, all automakers are being pulled into a policy fight over where and how EVs should be built. Presidential candidates are already jumping on the issue, promising tariffs, domestic labor credits, and penalties for offshoring green tech. For legacy brands and EV startups alike, the message is clear. Made in America isn't just a slogan. It's becoming a requirement, and the clock is ticking. Labor isn't just pushing back. They want control over what this new economy becomes. And now governments are changing their tune as well. Governments rethink EV incentives. For years, governments offered generous incentives to push consumers toward electric vehicles. From tax credits to charging subsidies, these programs were built on one assumption: EVs were too expensive for average buyers. That assumption is now dead. With the Corolla EV priced under $30,000, the logic for incentives has collapsed, and fast. Policy analysts in Washington, Brussels, and Tokyo are rewriting the rules. If EVs are already cheaper than gas-powered alternatives, continuing subsidies becomes politically tough, especially as debt and inflation dominate headlines. Lawmakers are asking a new question: what does the EV market need now? The answer is infrastructure. With affordability solved, the real bottleneck is access. Charging stations, grid expansion, technician training, and rural deployment are the new frontiers. Several European Union ministers have already signaled a shift toward network investment. In the United States, multiple states are piloting programs to convert old gas stations into EV hubs. EV policy is pivoting from pushing buyers to pushing systems. This pivot has ripple effects. Automakers with dealership networks and service partnerships, like Toyota, stand to benefit. Tesla's direct-to-consumer model could lose ground as public-private infrastructure partnerships grow. The age of free cash for EV buyers is likely ending. And the market shock isn't limited to new vehicles. It's shaking up the used car lot, too. The used car market just imploded. It happened fast. As news of the Corolla EV's pricing and features spread, dealers across the country began noticing a shift. Used gas cars, especially compacts and older hybrids, were sitting longer on lots. Buyers walked away from deals they would have accepted weeks ago. The reason? A brand new electric Toyota now costs the same or less than a 5-year-old gas sedan. The market didn't blink, it turned. This launch didn't just shake the new car market. It hit the used car economy hard. Wholesale values for gas sedans are dropping. Rental car companies are dumping older models into an already saturated market. Auto lenders are rethinking loan-to-value calculations. For recent gas car buyers, the hit is emotional and financial. Even EVs are feeling it. Buyers ask why they should pay $35,000 for a 2-year-old Tesla Model 3 when a loaded Corolla EV offers similar range for less. Resale values for older EVs, especially with aging batteries, are falling as buyers pivot to cheaper new options. The depreciation gap is widening fast. Dealerships are scrambling, trade-ins are being repriced in real time, financing is shifting, and across American households, people are rethinking what their cars are really worth. A massive reset is underway, and with Tesla surrounded on every front, the final act of this battle is just beginning. Musk's 3 impossible choices. Elon Musk is facing the most punishing crossroads of his career. Behind closed doors, the Tesla board is grappling with a nightmare. No matter which path they choose, Tesla loses. The first option is to slash prices across the lineup to compete with Toyota's Corolla EV. But that would crater Tesla's margins and destabilize its entire model. The company has never built a car as affordable as Toyota's, and doing so would require cutting features, performance, or safety, risking its core appeal and alienating loyal buyers who expect technological excellence. The second option is to accelerate the long-rumored budget Tesla. Musk has teased it for years, but without a physical prototype or finalized platform, it's a gamble with massive execution risk. Even if it arrives by 2026, Toyota will already dominate the space and potentially redefine buyer expectations, making it harder for Tesla to reclaim relevance. Worse yet, Toyota's production scale and global presence make catching up nearly impossible. The third and riskiest option, retreat into the luxury niche. Tesla could double down on high-end models like the Model S Plaid or Cybertruck, but that move would surrender the mass market to Toyota, BYD, and others. Once Tesla gives up that ground, it may never get it back. Whichever path Musk chooses, it will define Tesla's future. And Wall Street already smells blood in the water. Investors aren't just nervous, they're bracing for impact. Market confidence is evaporating faster than Tesla can adapt. And silence from the top is only adding fuel to the fire. Wall Street has lost faith. The Tesla sell-off didn't start with panic. It started with doubt. When Toyota unveiled the Corolla EV, analysts didn't flinch. They ran the numbers. And what they found was troubling. Tesla's cost structure could not support competitive pricing. Its growth relied on premium margins, and timelines for new models were slipping. Beneath the surface, faith in Tesla's invincibility was beginning to erode. Within days, major investment firms revised their outlooks. Price targets dropped. Buy ratings turned to hold. Institutional investors who once cheered Musk's every move began calling for discipline. Some went further. In private memos, managers warned that Tesla had become uninvestable in the short term. Tesla's value was always built on belief. Belief in Musk. Belief in disruption. That belief is cracking. Not because Tesla failed, but because others caught up. When Toyota can offer similar range and features for half the price, the story changes. Now Tesla is judged by traditional metrics: earnings, margins, growth. And by those measures, the glow is dimming. Confidence may return, but not without proof. And time is short. This isn't a one-off. This is a pattern. And if you want to stay ahead of the next shockwave, subscribe now, because next time it could be your job, your car, or your wallet on the line. The new king, Corolla EV's global takeover. What started as a launch is now a global conquest. The Corolla EV isn't just a car, it's a strategy. Toyota is executing it with surgical precision and zero hesitation. Within weeks, models were shipped to key European and Southeast Asian markets. In India, where price matters most, early pre-orders surged past forecasts. In Brazil, the first batch sold out in days, and Toyota has only just begun its global rollout plan. Hundreds of thousands of units are already in the pipeline. Toyota's edge lies in more than pricing. It has the global infrastructure to move fast, factories on every continent, service networks already in place. It doesn't need to build a pipeline. It already has one. No competitor can match that reach. And in regions with tight government policies on emissions, Toyota's existing compliance frameworks give it a head start and a regulatory cushion. Then there's the brand. Corolla is not new, it's beloved. Millions have driven or owned one. That recognition builds trust, especially in markets wary of startups. Toyota isn't asking for risk. It's offering familiarity, just electric. Competitors are scrambling. Supply chains are strained. Battery production is tight. Toyota is scaling up fast. But this is not just a business move. It's a cultural shift. It signals the end of the EV experiment phase. Toyota is treating electrification as a global standard, not a niche. This rollout says EVs aren't coming. They're here, they're affordable, and they're reliable. And Toyota, unlike many others, doesn't have to convince the world. It simply has to deliver, and consumers everywhere are waking up to it. You're standing in the crossfire. This is no longer just about companies. This war is personal. The decisions made in boardrooms will affect what you drive, what you pay, even where you work. If you're shopping for a new car, everything just changed. Electric vehicles are no longer niche or expensive. They are the new default. You may already be behind and not know it, and the cost of catching up will only rise. Your old gas-powered car may lose value faster than expected. Dealers may push EVs harder. Loans may favor electrics with better resale and lower upkeep. Service contracts and financing, everything is shifting. Wait too long, and your current car could become a liability. Trade-ins that made sense last year could now feel like a loss. Insurance premiums, too, could begin favoring electric models over internal combustion. And it doesn't end there. If you work in auto manufacturing, oil, or logistics, this shift is already underway. Factories are closing or converting. Job training is evolving. The EV transition once seemed decades away. Now, it could happen in under 5 years. Even your energy bill may change. Public transit, urban planning, regulations, they're all being rewritten. The ripple effects are real. You're not watching this from the sidelines. You're in it, and every choice you make, at the dealership, at the ballot box, decides what side of history you land on. This story isn't over. It's accelerating. Every week, a new domino falls. Factory closures, policy shifts, price wars. And if you're not tracking it, you're standing still while the industry moves without you. So here's what to do next. Subscribe now, because the next video might be the one that hits your wallet, your job, or your town. Like if you learned something new. And comment below, where do you think this ends? Tesla comeback? Toyota dominance? Or a total reshaping of the auto world? One thing's certain, the road ahead just changed, and you're already driving on it.